This is a Case SV340 Skid Loader. It's made by Ertl, and it's in 1/16 scale. Now this is a special edition. This one was made to celebrate the 50th anniversary, or 50 years of production for the Case Skid Loaders, Skidsteers, whatever you want to call them. The paint's not really special. I don't think it's different, but it does have the cool eagle logo on, or decal, whatever, and you got the Case eagle back here. Now, the eagle, it was the symbol of Case tractors for the longest time. I want to say the eagle's name is Abe, but I'm not sure. But anyway, that's why you have the eagle. It's not like some sort of a, Hooray America thing. That's Case has always had the eagle as their logo. Like Deere obviously has the deer. Well, Case was the eagle. Like I said, as far as the paint scheme, I don't think the paint is any different from what they're putting on the new skid loaders. I think most of the rims are gray now. The buckets are gray now. You see it on the backhoes a lot, and the rubber tire loaders. Everybody's gone. Well, not everybody. Everything Case makes is going to this scheme. So there's nothing really particularly special about that. Now, as far as the model itself goes, it is a toy. It's a toy for kids because that's what Ertl makes. It's going to look good on the shelf, and this certainly does. But if you give it to your 6-year-old, he's going to go to town, and it's going to survive the day. It'll probably survive for years. He'll probably give it to his kids in 30 years. But that's the nice thing about Ertl. They're dual purpose, I guess you could say. You're not going to break the bank getting them. They're not so expensive that you really had to consider whether or not you're going to give this to your kid. It's a decent price, it's a decent model, and it's going to last for years. Now, as far as the range of motion, it's not terrible. Not decent, but not terrible. Ertl makes these plastic dump trucks, and you're not going to get this into that plastic dump truck. You're probably not going to get it into a brooder dump truck, but it does what it's supposed to. The bucket's got good angles to it, and you do get that, whatever, God, I don't even know what they call it anymore. Whatever that loader path design is. Yeah, some of them are supposed to come up vertical, some are supposed to come up mostly vertical, and then out a couple inches to get you to the center of the dump truck. I don't know. I can't remember anymore. They change all of them so often, and every time they come out with a new design, oh, it's the latest and greatest. This thing's going to save you thousands of dollars in time and energy and fuel, and it ain't no different. You either know how to work the machine or you don't, and having some sort of goofy linkage in the loader ain't going to change that. Now, as far as the cab, this is actually kind of a surprise because it's really good for Ertl. You got the cab glass that opens up, and if you look inside, you can see the lap bar and the joysticks and all of that, which is pretty cool. It's really nice. One thing that's interesting is it really looks like that cab should tilt up. It really does. But I can't get it to move. I think that's just how the cab is pinned in there. And I think that if you try to get it opened up, you're probably going to break something. But it sure looks like it should tilt up, but it doesn't. The cab is plastic. Old underbelly here is plastic. But for the most part, everything else is metal. And like I said, this thing is going to last forever. Ertl just does a great job with that. And they found a really nice balance between the two. As far as this being something you can collect and something you can give to the kids. So, as far as this goes, for being different from the normal edition, it's really not different. This is a 340, this is a 380. It's obviously got tracks, but between the paint and the tracks, it's really pretty much the exact same machine, or model, I guess. Yeah, the cab's really the same, the doors are the same, everything else, the lift path, all that. It's the same, you get the same quality, and about the same amount of detail. This might be just a hair nicer in a place or two, but that's about it. And this guy here is probably about 20 years old. Maybe not 20, but real close to it. And it's nice to see the consistency of quality over the course of 20 years, because this is brand new. This is not quite new, but pretty close. And The stuff that's being built now is just as good as what was being made 20 years ago. It's just as tough, it's just as durable, and to be honest, it looks just as good on the shelf. Maybe even a little bit better. And that's pretty nice to have that sort of just consistency of quality. There's not a lot of manufacturers that can say that or have it show up on the shelf, I guess, in this case. And that's pretty cool. There's a lot to be said for Ertl. Just doing what they're doing. Now, everybody always says Case stands for can't afford something else. And the truth is, Case doesn't build the nicest stuff out there. That's not going to be the nicest compact track loader you're ever going to sit in. It's not going to ride as nice as a Bobcat. You're not going to get as much as nice features and electronic doodads and controls as what's in the Caterpillar. But it's probably the greatest value you can get. If you're paying the bills on one of these machines, now everything's so electronics heavy. I don't know if that's still the case or not, but for the longest time, the Case skid loaders were just stupid, simple, strong machines. You probably took a Cummins 4BT as far as it could possibly ever go in a Case skid loader. They made good power, they were good on fuel, they were reliable, they're easily rebuildable. Like I said, everything is just stupid simple. And if you're the one paying the bill and you're using this to make money, you can't get anything better than that. Parts are cheap. Well, maybe not necessarily cheap. I mean, parts for anything are expensive these days. But they're easy to get. And that's not so bad. And you can shop around too. So even if something is expensive, you can wait and look and find something for a better price. And there's a lot of people that's really important too. And it's not something that should be overlooked. Having the nicest machine out there isn't always the best. So anyway, that's about all I got for these. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask. If you want to see more of what we have, please subscribe to Maryland Construction Diecast. And thanks for watching.